Hey everyone, this is Razorfinger and welcome to another Small Talk. One of the most important contributions from the indie game industry to the world is the fact that they are the ones keeping the point-and-click adventure genre alive when no one else will. Long gone are the days where big companies like LucasArts will delve into the world of absurd puzzles and convoluted logic. I guess the last big one was LA Noire by Rockstar. That said, because of indie developers, we've been getting great games in the genre for quite a while now and will probably keep on getting them in the future. One shining example of this is today's game, Smile for Me by Yugo, Limbo and Gabe. Smile for Me is a very unique and unconventional point-and-click adventure game where you control a flower delivery girl on a quest to cheer up the wacky, bizarre characters that live in this weird place called The Habit.
One, two, three.
This is a place where broken hearts unite and live together while waiting for the big event, which is actually very ominous, but it's sold to you as a marvelous event by the mysterious Dr. Habit, who runs the place. He's a character that is obsessed with the idea of wholesomeness and smiles, and as you'll find out by playing the game, his methods of cheering them up are not working at all. It's a cute story with quirky characters who you grow very fond of by the end of it all. Some have deeper storylines than others, but all of them are very fun. From mending a heartbroken clown to helping a supposed werewolf prove that one of the residents is a vampire. The game never pulls the brakes on how exaggerated it can be, resulting in an experience that is funny, engaging, and at times even emotional. The gameplay is in first person, and it's interesting how they managed to make a cool, albeit simple, multiple choice system. When characters ask you stuff, you can shake your head in response, and it's a quirky and unique form of interactivity that I don't think I've ever seen before. It's pretty fun. The gameplay itself, it's pretty much exactly what you would expect from a point-and-click adventure game. You gotta talk to all the characters currently available to you, take a mental note of what they are asking for, and try to figure out how you can get that. Usually, you'll solve one person's problem with an item or a tip that another person gives you after you solve their problem. It's an interesting progression, knowing how many steps you gotta take before you're able to help someone. Sometimes you need to unlock another area to progress. Sometimes you need to wait a couple of days. Oh, there's a day-night cycle as well, and you're not allowed to roam the Habit's grounds at night. Things get really dark, the music gets really creepy, and it's very tense rushing from where you are all the way to your bed. If you can't make it, well... It's scary shit. It's impressive how well the game can jump between moods, from cute to weird to downright scary, while never feeling out of place. The scary parts really go a long way to form an ominous impression of Dr. Habit. Everything that relates to him feels incredibly out of place and uncanny, like the puppet shows and the paper dolls and oh god, the paper dolls. One thing I wish the game did a bit more of was making more use of the night events. There's only a single quest that requires you to be up at night, and it was one of the most memorable to me, just by how tense it was, having to stay awake a bit longer to complete it, and then rushing to my bedroom and barely making it out in sleep time. It was very fun. I have no footage of it because it's a later quest, but it's one of my favorites for sure. The game is fairly short. I finished it in a single sitting, somewhere around 5 hours of playing. It's completely fair for its price, with a lot of side contents and more than one ending. It's also not a tiring experience. The puzzles are overall very intuitive, even for me and my troglodyte action game brain. And you usually know what it is that you need to do, even if you might get a bit stuck on how you gotta do it. That said, there was no wreck your brain rocket science, and not much absurd crazy logic that you must be inside the developer's mind to understand. It's a casual thinking experience that's enough to get you satisfied with yourself, but not baby's first puzzle game. There's also a fortune teller lady that can give you tips once a day, and I don't know what I'd do without her. Then again, action game brain and all that. The art style is, as everything is with this game, quirky and unique. Yugo's art style is one of a kind and you could recognize it from miles away. The game fluctuates between many different styles and textures. Characters are very cartoony, but certain objects are absurdly realistic, kind of like an episode of SpongeBob or something like that. The puppet show announcements that happen in between days are creepy and unsettling and fit really well with the game's absurd nature, while at the same time being really uncanny and further singling out the mysterious nature of Dr. Habit. It's a great experience and one that you should totally devote like one afternoon to finish. It's very unique and you probably won't play anything like it ever again. I can't recommend it more. For now though, thanks for watching.